As writers, there are things we might not even think about that can actually hurt our chances of getting a book deal as much as bad writing. So today we're going to talk about 4 easy ways to kill a book deal.
Welcome back to Coffee with the Authors. I'm Wendelin Van Draanen. This is Mark Parsons. We are traditionally published authors who are here to try to help you make sense and muddle through the craft and business of writing. Tip number 1, the first easy way that you can kill a book deal is actually something that we all are tempted to do. When we're upset about something, we tend to want to talk to our friends, and that's become more and more talking on the internet.
Yeah.
And if you have something that is really upsetting you or you're frustrated by, the trend is to go put that up on the internet. And that's a huge mistake. Because if you are bad-mouthing someone who has rejected you, or you are grumbling about this, or you are complaining about that, you're setting this tone of unhappiness. You're setting the stage for someone to probably misinterpret the ease with which they could work with you.
That's a polite way of putting it.
Editors and agents want a good relationship with their authors. They want to feel like it's someone who's positive and who's going to make this transition to the physical book something that's enjoyable and not full of like minefields or neediness. So think twice before you get on the internet and kind of vent, because editors and agents do look over your social media presence before they send you an offer.
Or they put a ring on it.
Yeah. And if they decide that you're just going to be too needy or hard to work with, or if you're venting about one person, what's going to stop you from venting about them if something goes awry? So yeah, please just think twice before you vent on the internet. Call a friend, talk to them, but don't put it out there for the whole wide world to see.
The second way to kill a book deal dead in about 12 seconds is to submit your work too early. This is more common than you might think. We've all done it. Everyone in this room has done it multiple times. It's because, especially when we're starting out, we're an emerging writer. We're excited about our work. We're excited to get our work out into the world. We think the world needs to see our work. It came from our brain, so we naturally kind of love it. And so we get done with it and we're really excited about this brand new thing we've created, and we go through and we give it a quick once over, looking for any obvious mistakes. Maybe we spell check it. Maybe we have a neighbor with an English degree who looks at it to check the punctuation or whatever. And we think, good enough. This is good enough. This is a book. And we send it out. And in about 12 milliseconds, it will come bouncing back with a thanks, but no thanks. Or it'll go into the black hole that sometimes is publishing, and you'll never hear from it again. So the answer is to, when you finish your work, put it away. Do something else for a little while. Get your brain off of it. And then when you go back after days, weeks, months, look at it again with a different mindset. Forget that you wrote it. Look at it like your arch enemy wrote it. Okay. And your job is to actually kind of tear it apart. So try to find things that are wrong with it. Look at this, kind of think, what is wrong with this picture? That's my job here, is to find out what's wrong with this picture and fix that stuff. Anything that's a little clunky when you read it, a little bit kind of messy, a little bit confusing, whatever, take the time and go through it. And the more you go through it, the better it will get. And you're sanding all those really rough edges down until everything's kind of smooth and flows and everything else. And then when you send it out, you're much more likely to get a good response. So just kind of curb that natural instinct to, oh my God, I'm done with this. I love it. The world needs to see it. Try to curb that instinct and realize that really revision is kind of where we go from good to great, or from unpublishable to publishable, or whatever incremental increase you want to use. But that's where we actually make it, is in the revision process.
And it is one of the hardest things to do, to just let it sit, to not send it out before it's fully baked.
That's right. Don't pull those carrots up before they're done.
That's Mark for you. I also want to check the carrots to see how much they've grown.
I was 5. Okay. So.
He will never live it down. So a third easy way to kill a book deal is to be someone who doesn't come across as being someone willing to revise. So you can't be precious about your work. You feel ownership of it. You feel like you understand it so intimately. You feel like it's yours. But if you are precious about it, if you are not willing to have it be a collaborative process between you and, if you have an editorial agent, between you and your agent, or your editor when you get to that stage, if you're too precious about your words, that's not going to get you very far. So just keep in mind that the number one thing that editors look for in an author, besides a really good manuscript, is their willingness to revise.
100%. The fourth way to kill a potential book deal is to not be working on something new. Really, you should always be working on something new. Once you put something out into the world, you're in the query trenches. You've got your whole list of agents. You're sending it out to them 5 or 10 at a time. It's out there in the world. Instead of sitting by your phone, metaphorically speaking, waiting for someone to call with good news, you need to be working on your next project, really. A couple of reasons. One is that when you do get rejections, either from the agent or from an editor, you have something kind of mentally to fall back upon. It's good for your mental health, in other words, to kind of go, okay, you didn't like that thing, I understand, but I'm working on something new now, and it's really good, and I'm still a writer. I'm not tied to this one project or this one manuscript, because that one manuscript doesn't represent the sum total of your talents. Second reason is more practical, is it's not that uncommon that you'll hear from an agent or an editor. They will say something like, this isn't really what I'm looking for right now, but I love your writing. What else do you have? Sometimes it's, do you have anything else? But sometimes they just assume you do, because you're a writer, and what else do you have? And it's really nice to be able to reach into your back pocket and say, oh, well, there's this. You like my writing, but this isn't the right genre. Here's something I've done that's a little bit different thematically or plot-wise, and get that off to them. And if you don't have something and you think, oh, I'll just write something for them, it's going to take you too long. That good feeling they have kind of comes with an expiration date, which is as long as you are in their memory as someone that they actually liked, work-wise. So it's much better off to always have something you're either working on or something else finished, so that when you get that, what else do you have question from an agent or an editor or anybody else, you can say, yes, I do have something else. What do you think of this?
There's a momentum to publishing. If you've been here before, you may know.
You may know.
I like chess, and there's a they call it gaining a tempo. Like if you are moving your pieces in a way where you are starting to have a winning strategy, if you don't have a follow-up move that continues your tempo, then you lose your momentum, and then the other player has a chance to kind of, get back at you. So I don't know if this is a real good analogy, but the idea is if you've started a tempo, make sure that the moves that follow up continue your tempo, and you need the pieces in order to make those moves. So have some other things that you've written at the ready in case someone says, I love your writing. This isn't right for me at this time, but please send me something else if you have it. Thanks for stopping in to take a quick break with us. We hope that these 4 things are things that you will not do,
right?
Because we want you to get a book deal.
That is kind of the whole goal of this channel,
Yeah.
is to help you get a book deal and or become a better writer and or understand the business a little bit better, so you can advance your career and or get a better book deal next time and or communicate with an agent or an editor. Anything it takes to get you kind of where you want to go, whatever your goals are with publishing.
We're here for you, and we appreciate that you've come to see us. Please give us a thumbs up. It'll help the algorithm. And till next week, remember to dream big, work hard, don't give up.
Don't blow your book deal, and keep writing. Sound comes in here and ideas fall out here.